Well, well, well. What a fine mess this country's got itself into. We've got a country that is in chaos. And it's only just going to start. You think it's been bad so far? It's going to get even bloody worse. 3 years. 3 bloody years you've had to sort out Brexit. We've got clowns like Farage and Tommy Robinson exploiting a divided country. These two are only self-serving. They've got no interest in you and your family. They're interested in division. The rise of the far right is a serious, serious threat. And it's not just happening here in the UK. It's happening in Poland, in Hungary, in Germany, and many other countries too. Far right, France. When are people going to wake up in this country? You had Boris turning round and saying, there isn't going to be a no deal. We can get a good deal. 3 years later, here we are, facing a no deal. Which he's quite happy, if he becomes the next Prime Minister, to do. He's going to crash and burn the country to the ground. This man is a bloody idiot. I don't mean an idiot in the sense that he's stupid. He acts the clown, but he's dangerous. He would be the worst possible choice. Not that, frankly, the running list at the moment, I'll tell you, God help us. Because they've now let, potentially, the far right of the party take control. So whatever your thoughts on Theresa May, she was keeping those at bay, which is why she was trying to do the deal. You know, what is the matter with people in this country? What is the matter with the working class? When people think it's okay to be abusive on social media to each other. Where people take a position of superiority over others because they might be down on the luck. Why is it that the working class think it's okay to kick the claimant? Because they happen to be in an unfortunate position, whether they're sick, disabled, unemployed. Why do you think it's okay to vilify people? Why do you think it's okay to set fire to people sleeping homeless on the street? Why do you think it's okay to beat the crap out of somebody because they challenge your behaviour? What sort of society does that? The working class should be sticking together, not dividing us into subgroups. There's more than enough room in this country for all of us to live with compassion, care and tolerance. One thing that we need more than anything right now, before the streets become awash with riots and disengaged and disenchanted folk, is care, compassion and tolerance. What we really need is a bloody general election. Let the people decide who they want as a party to lead this country out of this bloody mess and out of this bloody chaos. Because if we don't, we're in deep trouble. So forget your divisions. Forget your worrying about the minutiae of life. You should be absolutely ashamed in this country to have food banks, to have 3.7 million children going to school hungry and in poverty. We should be ashamed in this country that the NHS is on its ass because nobody wants to stand up and defend it because I'm all right, Jack. Well, you bloody well won't be. You know, we've got people working their nuts off in this country and they're having to use a food bank because they're just about managing. But yet feel that it's okay to tell people on benefit to get off the lazy ass and get a job. And why should you get more than me? It's not about a them and us situation, dopey. Wake up. It's about the fact that the working class are being put back in their boxes, for want of a better expression. It's about the fact that the elite are tax avoiding wankers. It's about time we held them to account, made them pay the taxes, instead of blaming the claimant, blaming the homeless person on the street, blaming the single mother, blaming the rape victim. You're all playing the blame game, which this government has deliberately, since Thatcher, introduced with her individualistic, I'm okay, up yours attitude. As a society, we are broken. We need to reverse the tape. We need to go back where people cared for each other, where neighbours knocked on the door to see if the old lady or the old man next door was okay and had a dinner, where families and communities stuck together, where one was short of something, somebody in that community would support that person and help them through the difficult times that they were facing. We wouldn't be evicting people because they happen to be poor. The only way forward out of this absolute chaos and probably Armageddon that's coming towards us thanks to Brexit is a general election. And it's a general election we need to have now. Not 2022, now. Because society is going to implode. And when the streets are running with people who are disengaged, disenchanted, you're not forgotten. You just feel that you are forgotten. And you have been forgotten for a while. Make no bones about it. Corbyn could be the answer to this country's problems That's why they're so bloody scared of him. That's why they smear him. That's why they bloody well call him everything under the sun. The IRA smears. The Hamas smears. You name it, they've thrown everything but the kitchen sink. And what's he done? He's rose above it, spoke kindly, spoke compassionately, and spoke very quietly and forcefully about the things that matter. Listen to what the man is saying. The rich are scared of a socialist government because it means they will have to pay their bloody taxes and pay a bit more, because they're the ones that are bringing the country to its knees. Not the unemployed, not the homeless person, not the single mom, not the dad and mom that are going out working all the hours of God send and you're complaining because their kids are playing outside and they're latchkey kids. These aren't the people that you should be pointing the finger at. You should be pointing a finger and worrying about your taxpayers' money being wasted by a government who are a bunch of wasters. They couldn't run a child's tea party. So come on. This is a class war. Wake the hell up and start to unite and stand together and fight back together. That, people, is what scares this government more than anything else. Is when people, working class people, stick together, we have a voice and we have got them on the run. We need now to take control of our country. Yeah, let's use their old adage terms of we want our country back. Let's turn it on its head. Let's turn round and tell them we want a bloody general election. We want it now, and we want a government who cares. And don't complain to me about, oh, well, I'll have to pay a bit more tax, or, oh, they're not good for the market, housing market, everything else. We've got to stop being greedy, and we've got to start being a caring, sharing, and rebuilding those communities that have been left behind, that will vote for the likes of bloody UKIP and other far-right groups. We need to bring them back into the fold. We need to say, I don't agree with your views necessarily, particularly if you're a racist, but I hear that you're struggling. Come back to us, brother. Come back to us, sister. Why in God's name, when you've benefited after the Second World War from a welfare state that was built by the Labour Party, which you benefited from, your children benefited from, why would you not want that for your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and for future generations? To me, it seems a no-brainer. So come on, people. Let's fight back as one voice. Let the working class stand together, not divided, but stand together and get rid of this bloody awful government. Because I can tell you something now, this lot make Thatcher look like a fairy godmother, even though this is her legacy. Thanks very much for watching.